Hey guys, so today's video is going to be a review as well as a demo for the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation as well as the Giorgio Armani High Precision Retouch Concealer. So yeah, if you want to hear a little more about them, then please keep on watching. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the foundation. So this is what the bottle looks like. I'm sure you guys have seen it before many times. It's like this. It kind of sort of has a weird oval, opposing kind of ovally shape with the lid and the bottom, and then it's going to come with a pump right here, and of course I'm pretty sure it's 1 ounce like most, 1 ounce is just like most foundations. I am in the shade number 4. So there's a pretty, I guess there's a good range of colors in the fact that there's probably close to 15 different colors that this foundation comes in. The only thing that I guess is not very good about it is that most of the colors are differentiated of lighter shades, meaning there's lots of different undertones and subtle differences in the shades in terms of being for lighter skin, but there's not too many darker shades, and I'm pretty sure the darkest shade is hardly dark at all, so that's going to stink if you do have darker skin. You won't really be able to find a perfect color in this most likely. So this foundation is going to give you more like a medium coverage, I would say at most. You will still be able to see scarring if you have pretty bad like acne scarring or anything like that, or really bad freckles. You'll still be able to see those coming through the foundation. You would definitely have to put on a couple layers of this to get it to be like more full-on coverage. I don't really mind that because it really nicely masks my redness, which is really all that I'm worried about. The finish you're going to get from this is, like the name states, like luminous silk, honestly. It's going to give you sort of a satin finish, not really super dewy, like you might think. It's going to give you definitely a luminous, satin, silky kind of finish without being super like wet looking, which I really enjoy, because I like to look sort of luminous without looking wet, you know what I mean? Now I am a very oily skin type, but I still do enjoy this foundation because of the fact that it doesn't break apart. I find that a lot of foundations, especially in oily people, will start to look like it's cracking on your chin, and it'll sort of look like it's just like separating into little tiny cracks like the desert floor or something like that. So I like that this doesn't do that. I will still get really oily with this foundation. I will have a lot of oil coming through, and that happens really no matter what foundation I use, honestly. But I enjoy that even though the oil's coming through really bad, the foundation, like I said, doesn't break apart. It still looks really nice and smooth. It doesn't wear off on my sides of my face. I tend to have a problem with that. It does not wear off on me at all. I don't find that it really sits in fine lines really bad either. I have some pretty bad wrinkles on my forehead from drawing a lot and concentrating a lot, and really honestly every single foundation, no matter what happens, within a couple hours I have a really deep crack right there because I do have a really bad wrinkle, but I don't find this exacerbates it or makes it any worse than any other foundation. So I will usually just blot probably like once or twice throughout the day, and honestly that's enough for me. Like I said, I'd like to look a little more luminous, so a little oil coming through is not too bad. Once it gets to the point where I look wet, like my face has got water on it, then I will, you know, dab it a little bit, but afterwards I'm fine. Like, it'll still look a little luminous, and that's all good with me. Now the price tag on this is $62 in the United States, which is so expensive. I really love just pretty much everything about it. I also love the fact that it does not break me out, which is hard to do. I feel like with a lot of foundations, it's hard for them to not break me out. This does have sort of a scented finish. You can tell it's got some perfume to it, but that doesn't really bother me. It doesn't bother my skin. Like I said, I'm so extremely sensitive to scents and foundations that I will break out really easily from different foundations. So to find one that does not break me out is definitely a good sign that it probably won't break out most people, because like I said, I'm extremely sensitive. So if it's gonna break somebody out, it'll be me, and it didn't, which is really great. So yeah, overall I give this an A++. Like, everything about it, I absolutely love it. This has to be probably one of the best foundations I've ever used, if not the best foundation I've ever used. I will say it is expensive, but you do get what you pay for. It is a really, really, really great quality. Next, I will be talking about the High Precision Retouch. It comes like this. I have number 1, and these are the concealers that have the extremely thin wand, and that doesn't really help because it blends with my skin. They have the extremely thin brush on the end, and I will kind of brush a little bit just to show you. There it is on my skin. This number 1 is a pinky peach toned concealer. I find it corrects the under eye darkness extremely well. This is not the kind of concealer that's going to look like super bright under your eyes when you first put it on. It pretty much blends in with the foundation, and then I will use brightening powder on top of it to give me that highlighted bright look. But this is just great. It gives you such a good coverage without feeling heavy. It feels so light and smooth, but like I said, it gives you such amazing color correction and coverage. It's great. It does not crease under my eyes at all, not even a little bit, and I find that it lasts all day. Once set with a powder, it will not budge and it won't move all day. So this is another item that I think is definitely worth the price. This is $37, which is, again, extremely expensive, but you do get what you pay for in terms of the quality. This is really great. So really quickly, I'm going to do a little demo to show you exactly how I use these products. So I will start out with the foundation. I don't use any primer or anything. And I will use a angled kind of kabuki brush. This one is from Bare Minerals, the Precision Face Brush. And basically I will just put like 1 or 2 pumps on the top of the brush, and I will stipple that across my entire face, starting with my cheeks and my chin area. And then I will just use this brush to blend it in circular motions after I have the dots everywhere. So I'll go all on my cheeks, my chin, on my nose, also dot some on my forehead, and then just blend it in. And then if I feel like I need a little more coverage in certain areas, I will take a little bit more, probably like a half a pump more on the brush, and just tap it on top of those areas and stipple it in, as opposed to blending it in circular motions, just to give that little bit of extra coverage on those certain areas. Next, I will take the concealer and I will put a couple stripes under each of my eyes, and I will use the Real Techniques brush. This one is called the Deluxe Crease Brush, and I will use that to blend it under my eyes. I put most of the product on the inner corners of my eyes, blend it in there, and then blend the excess and drag that out to the side of my eyes as well as down towards my cheek area, and just blend that out on both sides. And then I will take a little bit extra of the concealer and put a little bit on my chin, a stripe down my nose, as well as a little bit around the corners of my nose. And again, use that same brush to blend in the nose areas. And then I will take my flat foundation brush to blend in the chin concealer. After that, I'll start setting everything with powder. So I will use this brush. This is the Sigma. I don't have the new number. It is the egg-shaped tiny brush. It's like the highlighting brush, I believe. And I will take MAC's Emphasize shaping powder. Now I know what it's called, shaping powder. And I will use that underneath the eyes to set the concealer. I will go all underneath the eye and pull it up back onto the cheekbone and down the sides of the nose in a triangle shape, and really make sure to get that nice and highlighted. And then I'll also take this powder on my forehead, down my nose, and then a little bit on the chin to set that concealer, and that will just sort of highlight and brighten the center of my face. And after that, I will go in with MAC's Mineralized Skin Finish in the color Medium Plus on a Sedona Lace 376 powder brush, and just lightly powder the rest of the areas and sort of blend that powder into the highlight powder areas that I applied, and just make sure that it is blended in to all the highlight areas and it has set all of the makeup around my face. Alright guys, so that is my review of these Giorgio Armani face products. I definitely give them both an A+. They're both absolutely amazing, definitely worth the money. if you're willing to spend the money on them. I think you would all really love them, no matter if you're dry or oily. Unless you're a person who loves a super extreme matte finish, you will love these products. Great wear time, everything about them is amazing, and I really, really enjoy them. So I hope you guys found this helpful. If you're wondering about my eye look, definitely go check out this video. I will link it down below. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this helpful, and I will see you next time. Bye.